Hi everyone, my name is Iben and welcome to another video on Planet Zoo 2. The website has been an absolute treasure trove for small hidden details and hidden features that potentially might make it into the sequel. And on Discord, some people pointed out that the video here in this section of the website seems to be pointing at a feature that I've wanted for such a long time. Customizable staff rooms. Now I do want to say we're currently inside what Mineral calls the speculation zone, so take everything with a grain of salt because none of this has been confirmed by Frontier themselves. Let's take a look at the actual video right here, thanks to our very own Chief Leaf who was able to extract the video from the website. If you're unfamiliar with this kind of video, this is what Frontier uses to showcase their piece-by-piece building system. So in each frame they add one or more pieces so that you get an idea of what it is like to build these things yourself. We're going to go into a almost frame by frame analysis just to show you why so many people seem to be thinking that this is a customizable staff room setup. The video starts with this open lot with a single path piece. Afterwards, this single piece seems to be placed down. And there's already a few things that we can instantly recognize. We have the typical staff building door that we've seen in all the staff buildings so far. And we can see a bench and a chair on this slab of concrete. If we go back into the current game and take a look at the small staff room, we can actually already spot these two pieces in this setup. The small chair and the large seating area are here as well. This is why so many people seem to be convinced that this is a bare bones version of the small staff room, which would be absolutely incredible. If we skip forward to a few frames, we can see that they added two more pieces, which I am very excited for. We can see a small chair and a coffee table. Skipping ahead a few frames again, we can see that they added a water cooler and a fridge, two pieces that I've built many versions for in the original game, and I'm really happy to see that we're going to get these pieces as actual pieces in the sequel. And another reason why people theorize that this is a customizable staff room is the fact that there is a staff room sign at the top of this blueprint. Frontier adds these signs in so that players who don't make their own custom buildings can quickly see which building does what. If we continue on to the next frame, we can see that there's a planter and a small table added. In the next frame, these two pieces are added, and I'm really excited about that because the way these videos work means that these pieces are separate clutter pieces and not part of the table, which I absolutely adore because this means we can use the table for anything we want and we can use the clutter for anything we want as well. And it's this kind of customization that I absolutely love as a builder. Another piece of evidence that might point at the fact that we are going to see customizable staff buildings is this screenshot. In here we can see a zookeeper in a zookeeper hut, and the zookeeper hut seems to be really themed towards the African theme of the game. You can spot a whole bunch of African looking pieces, and all of them seem to be part of the New South theme. If you look at the current game, we can see that the interiors of the keeper huts are much more generic and are not themed to a specific theme in the game. So again, this seems to point at the fact that we are getting customizable staff buildings. Now that we're looking at the zookeeper hut anyway, I also want to point out how much the zookeeper itself has evolved between these two games. The zookeeper here is wearing a completely new hat, a long sleeved shirt, and is wearing short shorts, but that you already knew from my previous video. Now, a lot of things seem to be pointing at customizable staff buildings, and I can understand that some people are afraid of the impact on performance. Now I'm already quite convinced that Frontier has invested in further optimization to make the performance better for players, but the sandbox genre isn't something that you can infinitely optimize. You give the player a lot of control, so the more pieces you add, the more strain it's going to add to your machine. This is simply unavoidable. But I think that customizable staff buildings might actually be the answer to this. Because this is what a staff building looks like in the current game. They look absolutely beautiful. They are so well decorated with so many really cool pieces, and they look absolutely gorgeous. But of course, no matter how beautiful these models are, they are a little bit more complex and they have quite a few textures that they need to load in. So of course it has an impact on performance. Not a massive impact, but the impact is still there. The more staff buildings you'll place down, the more the game needs to render. And that's where a bare bones setup like this might actually help performance. If you really want to make sure that your game is as smooth as possible, you can save on detail by just putting these empty bare bones setups inside of a building and not decorate them at all. That would actually make it easier for you and could even improve in performance because there's much less to render. Before we end things off for today, here's another video from on the website, and the only reason I'm showing you this is because there is a video playing on that billboard right there, so that means that billboards are confirmed for the sequel as well. So, are you excited by the possibility of getting customizable staff rooms? I, for one, am very excited. If you've seen my previous projects, you know that I make a lot of custom staff buildings, custom backstages, custom kitchens, and the idea that I will be able to completely customize it myself, have it be functional, and have a whole bunch of pieces to make them with, oh, that's an absolute dream. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you are interested in a feature like this and if you would be making your own backstages if you had the proper tools for that. Thank you all so much for watching. Do everything you want to do, like and comment, and if you want to see more of these deep dives into the sequel, subscribe to the channel for more.